Okie dokie, guys. So, um, like I was saying in the last episode, we need to build a power plant. So I got all the stuff together for a power plant. I got all the stuff together for uranium processing, and I got all the stuff together to build the station. So, the question becomes, where? And of course, for a nuke plant, you need a fair bit of water. So I have two options, either here or here. I mean, I could do it down here, but there's only a little bit of space for the water, what have you. I really do kind of like this large area up here because we can put it out in this lake and have all the water we need. Of course, it's going to take us some landfill, which I've made. But if we look at the 12 core nuclear fortress, right, that I've used before, what you can see is that I got rid of all of the walls, all of the lasers, and all of the concrete, because we really don't need them for what we're doing here. We're not putting this thing out in the wilderness. It doesn't have to protect itself, etc., etc. So that's all just extra stuff. However, this thing is huge. So it spans more than the lake. It would span up into the biter territory. We have this bit of stone down here, but I think we can lose the stone. I don't think we need it. But what I'm looking at is it actually gives us the ability to put two of them. I think we could fit two of them here side by side when the time comes, and have a second plant and have the pumps come right out of the water. And I think that'll work nicely. So I'm liking this location up here. So my thought process is bring my uranium in down here, set up my uranium processing here, set up my plants here, because where is it? There it is. They would extend down, say, to where the cliffs are, right? That should give us enough distance from shore up here to not have to worry about the biters too much and what have you. And then we take our processing and we put our processing down in this area, right, and have it feed up into the plant, which would allow us to put a stop, say, down here somewhere, like this maybe, to feed it. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now. I think that's going to work. So that's what we is going to do. So let's get out of map mode now that we've placed that blueprint. I heard it go thunk. And we'll go down here and we'll start that. Now, we don't have a lot of electrical power. And as soon as we start coverexing that uranium, that's going to take a lot of our power. And my thought process is, let me get started on bringing the uranium up here, get a good bit of it on hand, and then we can start worrying about processing it. And then once we've got a moderate amount of it processed, we can then build our nuke plant. Well, we can build our nuke plant prior, but we just won't wire it in. We won't wire anything in until we need to progressively, is my thinking. Alright, so there's that. Now we need some place to deliver this. And I think one of these should be, I thought, yeah, one of these should be receiving. There's receiving. Okay? So if we put this, say, ish, right? We'll back this off some. Now I hope we put this high enough. Yeah, it looks like it right there. That we should be able to connect these two. Maybe not. Alright. Let us move this a little bit further up then. Try this again. That ought to be plenty. Yeah, there we go. Because really the only thing coming down here right now is going to be this train. We can run in the line straight as well. Like that. And then simply drop there, right? And that should give us the ability to access that. Now, one thing I think we're going to do is we're going to change this. Oh, shit. Well, that's okay. Let's do this. There, right? That should work. We'll see. That may not be right, but we'll find out. Oops. One too high. So, not a problem. We'll just do this. There we go. There, just to be on the safe side. All right. Let's just put that there for the time being. Now let's go up here. I want to get my train set and make sure that's spaced right. Okay, so that should be everything we need. I know there's a pole missing here somewhere. There it is. Right. Now that pole we don't need. You know what we're going to do? Just to be on the safe side of having the lights in the right places, because there may be some lights that were here prior from the train, from the rail line itself. Get rid of that pole. Let us put down just the lights we need. There we go. All right. Get rid of that pole. There we go. Cool. All right. So now let's put this down, make sure it's in the right place. All right, there we go. Now they should be in the right place. So now we want to come out of those. And itchies. Got a little bit up last night with mosquitoes. I was out watching movies in the backyard. So next we want Where is our processing plant? Now, I know that there's the input right down here. So that's where we want to come in at. So if we place this, we place it there, good enough, right? Then we can do this. Why am I having a brain fart again? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, there we go. 2, 1, 2. Right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. There we go. So then we can come into that with that. There we go. Balances that out. We'll build that next. Alright, so we need to be able to reach all of those guys. Now, I don't want to power it yet. I mean, we can power that. I don't see why we can't power that, but I don't want to power this yet. What we do want, and I forgot to grab it while I was up here, because I always forget something. Is our coal. Alright, we can get rid of the train stuff because we don't need the train stuff anymore. Right? Yeah, because we got the train stuff all set up. We don't need the train stuff anymore. We got our coal. Now we can start and get rid of all these train blueprints. And we can start grabbing the stuff for our right, is that all of that? We'll drop that. That leaves that which we're going to need for the in there. Let's take these telephone poles in case. There we go. Turn that off. We don't want it to start building inadvertently. Next thing we want to do is we want to get this train running. And have it start bringing in uranium. So, fuel, and then we go add a station. Oh, before we add a station, we got to name this one, don't we? Uranium drop-off. Sounds Russian, doesn't it? Sounds like a Russian name. Alright, add station. Uranium ore pickup. Add condition. Full cargo. Right, and this one we want to go uranium ore drop off. And then we want to go add the station, uranium drop off, empty cargo. Go. Bring us back green stuff. Okay, so while that's doing that, we can come over here. Now, I don't have the beacons yet, but I don't care. We can set down all of the other stuff. We just won't power it. Look at all that pretty wire spaghetti. Now, do we not have... Maybe we don't have everything we need. Look, there it is. Now it's going to start bringing it in. Alright. What I'm going to do is I am going to change the belts over to red belts, I think, as far as the belts themselves. But because of belt weaving that looks like it's going on. Now see, why? I don't know. I don't think you need that fast a belt here. So one of the things we are going to do, and alright, is we're going to change from blue belts to red belts. And we're going to change from blue splitters to red splitters, because I don't think we really need the red splitters now, or the blue splitters. Now the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to do something a little tricky here, I think. We're going to change from red splitters to yellow splitters, and from blue splitters to red splitters. And I think that will take care of our belt weaving. Now there might be a couple of places where we need to fix our distances, and if we have to, we can do that. But let's give that a shot and see if that works. If nothing else, we can tear the whole thing up and start over again. Just means we have to go get some yellow belts, or yellow undergrounds, because we don't have any yellow undergrounds with us, I don't think. Let's see if the distance on that is enough. But it doesn't, it looks like we don't have green inserters anyway either, so we'll have to go and pick some of them up. So I've missed those when I was putting stuff together, apparently. there. Now obviously we are going to need to oops, shit. Apparently there was something there, or something that is supposed to be there that's not there. Let's do this then. Let's put, that's right, it's supposed to read those. Alright, not a problem. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put that in that place because we don't need the fastest on this, I don't think. What is supposed to be there? Stack filter inserter. Oh, I missed those. Alright, so there are a few inserters that I missed in getting stuff together that we are going to have to get. But it looks like everything else is red eye. Let's see if this will reach. It will not. So we're going to have to move those to there and put that in. And we're going to have to move that to there and put that in. That should be the only place where our distances are not what we want them to be. That one reaches. Okay, so I think everything else is done. We just got to go get ourselves a bunch of inserters. Meanwhile, that'll go back and forth and fill up the unloaders so that as soon as we start this up, we'll start to see a bunch of product. And we definitely need to start changing over this coal. You can see we're really sucking on the bottom of the barrel for this coal right now. This patch is just about gone at this point. Oop. So we're going to need more than that though. We're going to need how many of them? 85. That's a lot. See if there's any other inserters in here. I see yellow ones, but we don't need yellow ones. There's a couple of purples in here. I don't know if we need them or not. No, we need blues, greens, and whites. A couple of purples. Okay, so we got our couple of purples. How many blues do we need? We need 12 blues. That's not so bad. How many greens do we need? 85 greens. 50? 60. Alright, so we need another what is this not getting? Green circuits. Why is it not getting green circuits? There is no reason for you not to be getting green circuits. Alright, where are we making yellows that we can steal a yellow? See, this is what I was saying. There are some what look to me to be mistakes in this setup. Now, how many whites do we need? 24. Alright. We got 50, 60. It's going to take a minute for those. Orange, whites, blues we've got. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought I had everything. Apparently I don't. Missing a few things. Now I am tempted to speed this process up a little bit here. How many whites? 24. Okay. We got 15. 16. Drink the last of my adult beverage. There's 20. I need 4 more of those. I'm going to turn that off until we have enough of the stack inserters. We got 60, we need 85. So we need 25 more of them. Now we need 20 more of them. So yeah, like I was saying, I was in the backyard last night watching movies. I built myself a backyard drive-in, as it were. I got one of those cheap projectors from Walmart, hooked it up to a DVD player and a sound bar, and then I strung up a couple of flat king-size white king-size flat sheets and hung out in the backyard last night and watched movies. Plan is to start having a regular, like, Friday or Saturday night movie night. Now that things have started to kind of wind down with everything. I go tomorrow, as a matter of fact, to get my second shot. So in another 10 days after that, I think, I'm supposed to be okay. But the way I see it is, I have a 3-acre yard. I've got 12 acres total, but I got a 3-acre yard. I got plenty of room that people can still hang out and social distance, and with 2 king-size sheets, that ought to be a big enough screen that anywhere you're at in the yard, you ought to be able to see it. So, you know, the thought process is to have people come over and hang out and chill and what have you. Maybe throw some hot dogs on the grill and that sort of thing. Alright, so there's 85, right? That's what we wanted, was 85, 85. I think that was the only thing we're missing. So let's head back over here and get this set up and get it started making fuel. Now we don't have iron coming in there, so that is something we're going to have to address long term. Short term, what we can do, I guess, is we can grab a bit of iron plate to make ourselves some fuel to start. Because this is all about getting the fuel production portion of it going, so that we can turn that big plant on. And then we can get away from coal. Get away from our reliance on fossil fuels. Now eventually we will start looking at solar, because it is better for processing power. Takes up a lot more space, but it's better for processing power. But it requires mass quantities, and we just don't have that yet. So let us get this all laid down. Now the other thing we don't have yet, along with beacons, is that we don't have modules. We need to make a bunch of modules, so we're going to have to build some module manufacturing at some point. There we go. Okay. Now, there's got to be another input somewhere that is providing the iron to this, and I bet it is this right here. It's requesting, yep, alright. So that's requesting that. So we're going to need to make some bots as well, just some logistic bots. But for now, we can put this in here, and that will supply our iron input for our fuel. And then we'll just have to build some bots for our logistics. Okay, so this is all set, right? So we can do that, and we can, in theory, do this. Now before we do that, let's see what this looks like. We're at 68, right? What are we now? 80. So we jumped by almost 20 megawatts. But that's okay. Next we need to look at I wonder if there should be a, it's like there should be one up there too, huh? It's missing one, isn't it? Alright, so we're going to need some bots. We're going to need another RoboPort up here to put those into the network. It's funny that it's not in the blueprint. Bots are easy though. because we are already making the pieces parts for them over here in research. For logistic bots, we need frames and we need red circuits. And we just so happens that we are making frames right here. I thought we were making frames. Why don't we have frames? Because we don't have any lubricant. And then that goes into here. Do any of these have bots in them? No, none of them have bots in them. Okay. Well, you know how we're going to do this? Because this, I think, is controlled by the rest of this, and it uses it up, and then we're out of it. So, first thing we need to do is to do some research to get something that uses plastics. So let us, and let's see, that's going to come out and up. So if we cut this off here, we can steal all the bot frames. Alright, so T for research. What's going to get us to use plastic is used by blue science. Alright, so we need to do some blue science research. Alright, well, we need to research these anyway. That's going to give us our 2s and our 3s. That's going to give us our 3 for that. We need that as well. We need that as well. So we might as well get those started, right? And then that should allow us to start seeing motor production, which should allow us to get bots. It's just going to take a little bit. Now, what we can do, it's a long ways away though. I was going to say we could pipe much color down there, but I'm not going to. Now, the other thing we need, while we're waiting, we need red circuits, we need gears, and we need iron, or steel. So we need red circuits. How many? 45. Alright, there's 45. We need how much steel? 45. And we need gears. Now, gears are going to be hard to pick off the line, but iron plate is not. There we go. Now let's see. Yeah, so now we're starting to see some, not much. What, a whole whopping 1? Come on, guys. Get us a bit more lubricant than that. Jesus. Now what do we need? We need red circuits for those. Oops. Too close. That would give us 20 bots. We don't have that many robot frames, but that'll get us started. That'll give us what, 3? We'll do maybe 2 more. Well, in the meantime, we can come back for them. Let me look what that has done to our. Yeah, see, that's why I'm saying we're right at our, right at the level of our power. Wonder where these guys are going. Oh, they're going to take it back up to the top. So we don't have. Do we not have any yet? Oh, we got 9. So yeah, it's going to take a little while to get enough of our uranium going to get our Covarex stacked up, which is why we needed to get this going. But now it is operating. Now when we get enough, it will start making fuel. We'll go over here and grab a couple more bot frames if they're ready. Yeah, it looks like there's a few of them ready. We'll grab those. We'll turn that back on. Alright, so that should give us enough to get started on our fuel production, and we'll start building up a decent supply of fuel. And then once we get a decent supply of fuel, then we can fire up the reactor, and once the reactor is fired up, then we can connect it to the grid. So let us get rid of this incidental crap that we have picked up. And pick up all of our landfill. Right? Now that is not going to be enough landfill by far, I do not think. But it is enough to get us started. Now, where is our power plant? There's our power plant. We can get rid of that one because we don't need that one. We can get rid of this stuff for now. because our big thing for right now is our plant. We'll leave that stuff. There's the other stuff that we are going to eventually want. That'll get us started. All right, now let us figure out where we're going to sit this plant at. There it is, map. All right. So we don't want it up here where the biters can get to it. But we don't want it so low that we can't put both of them on this map. And we want to keep our pumps in the water. So we can start with our first one here, I think. Yeah, we'll start with it there. And that will start to tell us where we want all of this. Now, unfortunately, these are in our way. Figures, don't it? Do we have another chest that we can take stuff out of? Not really. And there's not enough leftovers in that. Well, fine. It's okay. Because once we use up enough of the stuff, we'll have room. Oh, I see what we need. Cliff explosives. Which we do have in here, I'm sure. Oh, well, there they are. Why weren't you? Oh, because they don't use them. Forgot about that. The nanobots don't use cliff explosives, so you have to do them yourself. All right. Yep, I think that's everything. Alright, that's everything except for the accumulators. I'm going to wait till the accumulators for last, because we're going to use those to be able to walk up and down the blueprint. Okay, so there we go. We are out of landfill. So let us move this out of the way. Oops. We'll leave those up here too. We'll leave all of that up here. I'll take the wood back with us because we can deposit that down there. And we can get the landfill. So there we go, guys. It is started. Gives us an idea of how big this fucker's going to be. We're going to need a lot more landfill, which is fine. Now, we didn't have to build this on water. We could have built this on land and done it that way. But the reason I like to build it in the middle of the water like that is because then I don't have to worry about running all my pipes and all my pumps. I can just hook them straight in, so you don't have to worry about flow issues and things like that. So let's see how we're doing on electric. We're doing still good on electric. We're probably almost done with our researching stuff. So yeah. Alright guys, so next episode we will finish up the plant, or we'll have it finished up. I'm just going to go ahead and finish building it off camera. We know where it's going to go. I've just got to gather up a bunch of landfill. So that's that, and I will talk to you guys in a while. Alright, bye.